Howdy folks, hope you're doing well and staying safe. I wanted to cover off, this is my second last video I'm going to do on subs for sub month in July. I apologize for not doing these two videos on Sunday, but family gets in the way. I'm going to talk about how to play subs, how not to play subs, because exactly what this person's doing, he's turning away and running into the aircraft carrier they just killed. So, that's kind of funny, and it's being spotted a lot. So, let's get into it right off the bat. I mean, how to play subs. First of all, you want to play on the flanks. So if you look at the mini map right now, you want to play on that flank, and you want to play on the other flank. That's left and right. Do not go up the middle as much as humanly possible. It is very much a death trap. When you do that, you're going to put yourself in the ability of cruisers and battleships to airdrop you and put you even closer to destroyers. No chance of running away. To that point, stay your distance early in the game. I've stressed that all month. I'm now learning that more and more as subs become a bit more easier to fight with, and they're becoming a little bit more equalized and whatnot. So I would just say be very careful. You know, buy your time, watch your mini-map. Maybe you're gonna, mini-map is definitely your friend. You want to find out where all the other enemy submarines are and destroyers, and where the aircraft carrier is hanging out, where the battleship's hanging out. You want to make sure you know where the enemy is, especially the subs. Mini-map is your friend. You also want to be doing spotting and capping. Subs have the best, except for I-56, they have the best ratio of detectability in the game compared to most destroyers. So they're fantastic. Lay out walls of torps like DDs do. Keep ships back at flank. Just kind of what this guy's doing right here. It's the same tactic you do with DDs, except you don't have to wait 2 minutes for your torps to reload. They reload in like 30, 40 seconds. Some submarines, it's great, some not so much. But you just keep laying out walls of torps. Not the homing ones, except the British, that's all you kind of have. But you keep laying out the non-homing ones. And, you know, if you hit something, you hit something. It's really good that way. Plus, you'll actually keep people away from you. Try not to ping. The really good people you see in the game, except for that one Thrasher replay I had, he just went up against a bad enemy team. But try not to ping, especially in the first, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes of a game. And I know some games of matchmaking are blowouts in 10 minutes. And there's nothing you can do in that kind of game. There's nothing you can do in that game if it's a blowout. Doesn't matter what submarine or how good you are. It's just going to be a bad game overall. It is what it is. Now, I said earlier, know where the enemy subs are. If you get to a point where you're going to get hydroed by an enemy sub, you're dead. Especially if you're an American one and going up against a German submarine, I would have 3 kilometers against you, so you can't even hydro me back. Make sure you do that. Make sure you know the subs are, because if you get focused, let's face it, everyone's going to airdrop on you in a heartbeat, and your game's going to be over real quick. Ship's hydro ranges, know them. Now, if you're at periscope depth and you are outside the 2 kilometer detectability range, yeah, hydro works. If you're inside 2 kilometer detectability range, hydro works for a ship. But if you're outside that 2 kilometer detectability range and you're at 30 meters or 60 meters underwater, hydro does not work. So you can get away. That's very, very important. One of the things I do is warn the enemy team. I know the submarine's here and I'm about to hydro it. Get ready to airdrop it or torpedo drop or depth charge it. Communicate with your team. Yep, some players are going to communicate with you, some players aren't. It's just a fact of life. Know how much battery you need to run away. The rule of thumb I have is 1 minute. The Gator you see right now has got 2 minutes and 43 seconds left. At 1 minute, he needs to be hightailing out of there and leaving as fast as he can. If you don't do that, you're going to set yourself up for failure and depth. You're going to die. And further to that point, the last thing I want to leave you guys with, which is so important, except for submarine hydro, depth is your friend. That's what you learned in World War II, you learned in the Navy. Get deep, get quiet, run away. If you have overextended yourself and you've done bad, leave. You can always come back up, reload your torps, come back out, charge your battery back up, and come back in for the fight. But you are more important to your team alive than you are dead. So don't run in. Remember, depth is your friend, and know your battery. Now, for me, what are the best sublines in order? So, number 3 being bad, number 1 being good. This is my opinion and my opinion only. The British line would be number 3. They only have basically homing torpedoes, and I don't like that, and they're very meager torpedoes. They're anemic. They just don't do much damage. But they're fun to play, and they have great battery life. The U.S. for me is number 2. The U.S. line's pretty good. The only problem is against the German line, it's only got 6 kilometer hydro to the Germans 9. So that's kind of bad. But the non-acoustic torpedoes hit like a truck. It's fantastic. What would I say is the best line? Well, you can already figure it out. It's a German line. I love the entire U-boats. I think they're fantastic. All the way from U-69, U-190. You guys saw my video here this week where I took U-190 and went up against the Baltimore, the aircraft carrier, and an almost full health SAM, and I won. Just the fact of life. I just love those boats. They're fantastic. And they have really good maneuverability, as you saw in that fight. Now, would I say what are the best subs? Number 3 for me is definitely S-189, the Russian sub. Her torpedoes, her non-acoustic ones, hit like a truck. They only have 4 in the front, but they do a good job. U-69 for me is number 2. I just want to point that out. I really do like that submarine. With 11.5-kilometer torpedoes, it's complete overkill. You can dominate the game as far as I'm concerned. It's one of my most favorite subs. And then my number 1 sub, and I'm not going to pick the Gato because she's a steel boat, and she can now shotgun again, which is, you see the little small line of this guy right here in front of me, as opposed to the really big fat line you see in the torpedoes. That's what they actually brought back. You can nerf shotgun destroyers again. But number 1 for me, and surprising, and I still love it, even though she's got the shortest battery life, is the I-56. She's only got 2 minutes, but I've spec'd mine out because she has a 2-to-1 ratio, actually 2.5-to-1 ratio of recharging batteries. So she's a good come in there, non-acoustic torpedoes, strike and destroy things. I absolutely love it. And last thing I'm going to leave you with here, which is really important, the next video I come out with is going to be on submarines. Probably the most controversial video I've ever put on the channel. So I'm imagining 50-50 on who's going to hate me after that video. It should come out today or tomorrow. But I hope you watch it, because numbers don't lie. So anyway, let me know down below what you guys think of Sub Month and whatnot. I'm going to start doing the Spanish cruisers next, and the Helpin, that American Fletcher that has aircraft on it. I'm looking forward to playing them. So anyway, as always, leave a comment down below. I appreciate it. And hey, if you could, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit the like button. I know people say it helps the channel. It does help the channel. The reason why it helps the channel is the more you guys do it, the more you like, the more YouTube recommends my videos. So at the end of the day, I thank you for being here. As always, take care, stay safe. Wish you all the best, and I'm sorry for the length. So bye for now.